a bundle of creativity who loves writing, art, illustrating, and wildlife photography. And Yash, a scientific power pack who loves astrophotography, math, and engineering. Let's welcome them.
Okay, so leadership isn't always straightforward, and it's not always what you think. Sometimes it surprises you, and you don't even know when it's happening. So, on that note, let's go on. My buddy today is Yash, and his experience was going to the STN, which is a broadcasting competition. It's the Student Television Network, and it was his first time there. So he was assigned as one of the leaders. So there were multiple leaders in a project to make a commercial about how it had gone. So obviously it wasn't just a competition. Before that, there was kind of a learning experience and was sort of like a small workshop. So at the end of it, they had to make a commercial about how it had gone. So before grouping together and brainstorming, for the first couple of days, they were completely lost. Like no one was doing anything and no one even knew what to do. So eventually they realized that a lot of time was going by and they put their heads together. And they decided to put it in pictures. So they went around, they took pictures of everything and just they wanted to give it a homish kind of vibe at the same time. So they represented the teamwork, that is the STN, in an ad. Yash, according to him, also happened to head this part along with some others. So they got together and they divided the work, like the videos, the interviews, and obviously the editing. Everyone made sure it was done well within the deadline and they coordinated with each other to get the job done. So there were several leaders. What happened? Okay. 1 second. Yeah, now it's better. So there were several leaders, but their coexistence but they coexisted and they supported each other. So sometimes when there are several leaders, they tend to fight each other for who wants to be the highest leader or something like that. But they didn't do anything like that. They supported each other, and there were separate leaders for each particular division, like the interviews, the videos, the editing, and they all worked together and supported each other to eventually put together an ad. And that's how they got first place. So what I learned from this is there doesn't always need to be one designated leader. Like there doesn't need to be one person who's calling all the shots. There can be lots of leaders as long as they work with each other and support each other. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm doing my story on my partner Akshat. So my partner Akshat has a different type of leadership experience that may change your perspective. So he's been training for over a month to build up the courage and take a vaccine, which even included taking scratches from his cat, to help. But this was all something that didn't prepare him like he thought it would. Instead, when he reached the clinic, everything became a very scary moment. And the next thing you know, he got the sterilizer put on and he was so afraid they screamed loudly. So a bit of a backstory here. He had this habit of imagining crazy characters and making a story with them. So while he was at the clinic, this had helped him because he had imagined that he was in a story with these characters. So it didn't really feel as that bad for him. And it even made his fear go away. So that means the ideology worked and his fear dissipated. And he felt alive again. So you may be wondering, well, what's the leadership in this? Well, sometimes leadership is about leading yourself, no matter how you do it. So next time you're afraid to do something, just try to make yourself calm down or make a story. So as a great person once said, fear is the chain that binds our wings, and to cut it is one of the greatest feats man can achieve. So what I learned from this is leadership doesn't have to be leading other people or leading a group. It can just be leading yourself to success, or like Akshat's story. So as you see here, like with these examples, leadership happens randomly, whether you know it or not. You're always being a leader in some way or another. It could be just to be patient, or it could be like Akshat's story, to calm yourself down and, being a leader to yourself.
what I liked the best is the smile that Yash gave after he finished. Your children are so innocent. Your children are so pure. You children are actually showing us the way, and adding to at least my hope that the future is going to be much better than the present. If we have people like you who are growing up with so much of wisdom, with so much of awareness, and with so much of an open mind to learn, the world is definitely going to get better. I'm going to shout out of rooftops, that the world is going to get better. It is truly going to get better. So Akshat and Yash, how was the interaction? How did you like the interaction between each other?
So it was kind of similar to what Meet said earlier. For the first few days, we were just sitting there. There was just one hi to each other, and we were just sitting there doing nothing. We were both ready with our stories, but we were just sitting there.
Yeah, we weren't talking. We were just like, hello, hi, and then nothing after that. And then after that, we were like, we should probably get stuff done. So we messaged each other, and then we shared our stories, and then we wrote our stories for the other person.
And I think after that, we're getting along pretty well, especially towards the morning of today.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. And I really hope that you continue this. The event may be over, but then, I hope that, each of the buddy pairs have made a friend for life. Be in touch, inspire each other, motivate each other, because at the end of the day, that's what matters.
We were definitely not saying good
Super.
luck to each other for the past 5 minutes. Definitely not.